Show us. All right, we're live, episode number 55 of the Illini Basketball Podcast, as I always forget to put the ticker up there. Oh my God. I got the sun. I got the sun on the right side of my face. That's kind of the way that it goes because the sun is out for the first time. The sun hasn't been out here.
It is beautiful outside.
Since
the
beginning of the season, maybe even before that, on a podcast episode where the sun was. When we did these over the summer and during the coronavirus times, and we didn't do video versions. I'm sure the sun would have been out then. But so I mean, if anyone's going to complain about the sun, go ahead. I don't really care what it looks like. I know that our setups are better than some people that cover the Illini.
And covers your face a little bit. I'm sure people appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly. So I got a couple things to say. Like I try not to trash the fan base because I'm a part of the fan base, and I think most of the people that listen to this are Illini fans. But I don't think people realize how bad it was before Underwood got here. Like, we have people complaining about the shirt that I'm wearing. Here Comes the Pain, John Rothstein. People complaining about that either because they think the phrase is stupid or because Rothstein made it.
Or maybe because he stole the pain from the TBT. Maybe they're mad about that.
First of all,
maybe come up with something original, Mr. Rothstein, okay?
He didn't use House of Pain, which he could have easily because that's a really good one.
You didn't want to get trademark infringement.
Well, Champagne is where the Illini play. Okay?
Right. And we know where it comes from.
So, how this is nothing even close to,
hey, you know what? You're making national recognition from Rothstein. You shouldn't be mad about it.
Exactly. So,
I just like giving you crap about it.
Illini fans crying about this. You need to realize how bad it was before this. When they won Iowa's freshman year, they won 10 games or 12 games.
12 wins. Ouch.
Yeah. So, I think anytime that you get recognized nationally by the big writers, most of which I think are complete fools a lot of the times, but I happen to like Rothstein.
Maybe they're just mad that he's charging $30 for it.
That can't be it either. It's just people just bitching about this. I mean, come on, come on.
You need to stop getting on Twitter so much. You wouldn't be so heated.
The guy said, buy a better shirt from an actual Illini fan. That's what he told me.
Wow.
How about they make shirts that don't suck?
Shirt?
How about that?
Does that guy have a shirt you can buy?
No, but he gave me a couple of ats as to who to buy.
Urbana's calling me right now. They're upset with us.
Well, I'll tell you this much.
Here comes the Bana is what I should have said.
How about these Illini shirt sellers? Illini fans that sell shirts make better shirts. How about that?
Okay. Anyways, I think there was a basketball game. Do you remember?
Are we going into that already? Jeez.
I don't know. Do you want to yell at the Illini fan base a little bit more?
I'm trying to find the shirts of the link that he gave me.
Oh. Who's it
These
from?
people need to advertise their shirts better. I'm looking through their Twitter. I see nothing about shirts.
What website is it?
He just gave me the ads of these guys from Illini Boardroom. It's a podcast. It's not better than ours, even though they have more followers, and the hosts are followed by the Illini.
So you're saying that we need to start making shirts?
No.
Okay. Fair enough.
I don't see anything about shirts here. I mean, do a better job of advertising, I guess, is what it comes down to, right? I mean, they have a website, but it says nothing on there about shirts.
Tell them that.
They also have a Facebook they haven't posted on in 4 years. So how about they back off?
This
website looks like garbage. So We're gonna make our own
These
website.
shirts are
That's
so
coming.
stupid. Wow.
Yeah, that guy's a douche. I don't care if he's an Illini
Dang.
fan. I mean, you got to stop with this narrative about Rothstein made it, so we're mad about it. He's a national guy. He's recognizing how good the Illini are, so deal with it. You want to win 12 games and have nobody care about you? No, I don't. I don't know if anybody else wants that.
Terrible comment. Okay, well,
who commented?
Don't go looking at Twitter. Okay, just don't do it, guys. Anyways,
Rothstein, retweeted it, so that's all I care about at this point.
I know. That's pretty cool.
Dave said until they okay.
Yeah, don't read it. I said not to read it.
Well, I already saw that earlier, but I didn't. Okay. I thought you were referencing that.
Yes, I was. Don't read it. Anyways.
So Illinois just ran Minnesota out of the gym. We clicked at the same time.
Click it. Why I click it?
Ran them out of the gym. I mean, this game wasn't even close. This was if you want a complete game, that's the game.
Yeah, we definitely got one. Illinois seems to have Minnesota's number. So they actually scored over 80 points, even into the 90s. So really pulled a fast one on us because we had 78-73 and 69-72. What's 69-72? What did you predict? Illinois is going to lose this game? I forgot that.
I just thought that I kind of underestimated how bad of a coach Pitino is, I guess. And then I also thought that Minnesota was really desperate. So I figured they would need
And they're good at home usually. So I think it says a lot going into the barn and just absolutely dominating a team like this. So player of the game, most people probably go with the easy one, but I'm going with Trent Frazier. He had 15 points, 3 of 4 from 3 rebounds, 4 assists, 6 steals, the most by an Illini since Luther Head back in 2005, of course. He had 13 points at half, 3 steals at half, and had an amazing steal, half-court shot. And if Trent can keep this up, Illinois is going to be unbeatable, I believe. I mean, I don't know about unbeatable, but that might be extreme. But I just think that Trent was the reason Illinois carried a 15-point lead into the second half. And, maybe there was another guy that played really well, but I had to give it to Trent. So
I think that's a reach.
A reach?
Yeah, because he had a great game, but you can't not pick someone who had a triple-double. I mean, I just feel like that should be a rule.
Yeah,
if you have a triple-double, it should be automatic player of the game.
Yeah, and
I think you went out of your way to not pick Io by design, which is
I did
fine,
not because I actually was going to pick Trent before the triple-double, before he was left in with 2 minutes left in a 30-point game and got a rebound.
Which was a smart move. I respect it.
You know what? Classy move by Underwood and Pitino to let, him get that rebound, call timeout, get him out of the game. Really good by them. So
yeah, and Bardo didn't really suck that much during that game, probably because Illinois was just killing them. We didn't really care.
I had it on mute, so I didn't really hear any of that.
He did. He also picked Io to win Big Ten Player of the Year. So
he did. That really made some people mad. Called him a homer, which I think Bardo's the least homer Illini guy ever.
Yeah, I think
he's actually been a big Garza fan all year. So
I mean, I would be fine if it's co-Big Ten Player of the Year or just Big Ten Player of the Year for Iowa. I don't care either way.
Yeah. Yep.
If it's just Garza, then we are definitely going to start some sort of
petition, change.org. I got a buddy that can get that started for us. So
all right. Well, we're gonna need that.
I know you really questioned Io on calling the last one. He did say, I'm telling you, I'm not psychic. I ain't call this one. And he owes my mom $1 for saying ain't, but I'll let it slide. But yeah, Io is really good. 19 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, triple-double. Great vision, had a great alley-oop to Georgie. Nice to see Georgie get some good minutes in again. Really, nobody played bad, I guess, is the biggest thing. But Io, lot of National Player of the Year talk, Big Ten Player of the Year. And, Underwood did say that he left Io in to make sure he got his triple-double. And he said, we're trying to do big things here. Leaving Io in was unique, but getting Kofi rest was really important. It's on to the next one, keeping them healthy and safe. Kofi only played 24 minutes, so it was a solid 24 minutes, but definitely good to be able to get the big man some rest, especially coming up with 3 games this week. He really needed it. He also said about Io, it's winner in all caps, every letter. WINNER, winner. So, and then player of the year, of course, now Underwood's getting all kinds of questions about it. Io just kind of, he isn't really talking about it a lot, but I really like what Underwood said when asked about player of the year. Just seemed like a down-to-earth answer. He said, well, damn, I don't know who's better. I know some guys get more publicity, but I don't know who in the hell anyone thinks is better than him. Aggressive words from the coach, but I appreciate it.
I mean, I don't.
You don't appreciate it. What? Are we just gonna forget all this Brad Underwood talk you were just talking about? And now we're gonna hate him?
No, I'm cool. I'm cool with the quote. I don't care.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, I think that there could be some valid arguments against him being the best player in the country, just because there are guys that I think. Okay, I'll just put it this way: the only guard that's comparable to him that would be in National Player of the Year talks is Cade Cunningham, and the difference between the two is a couple things. Io is obviously more experienced. He's faster.
Mm-hmm.
He's way better at getting the hoop and scoring because he does that better than anybody in the country as a guard. That one, when they scored the 5 points in the first half, the one where he went across the court and just blew by everybody and Marcus Carr almost fell over. That pretty much shows you what he can do. And he's better at that than anybody. I just think his shooting is the only downfall, and he's been good at it, but I don't know. I think he's been an efficient shooter this year, and he's shot so much better this year than last year, but his form still bothers the hell out of me. But it works for him.
Yeah, it's like that bicycle kick form, kind of. He kind of throws half his body forward.
I don't like it, but
it works
for him. So,
And his mid-range game seems to be like he doesn't miss very often anymore. It seems like
he had those two moves that were just ridiculous.
Yeah, and I feel like the times he does miss, it's when he's going to the hoop and he tries to throw up that off the basket or off the backboard type shot. But
who has the best form on this team shooting wise? You think?
Probably Curbelo.
I don't know. I think DeMonte keeps it simple.
I think at the free throw line though, I think Kofi has the best form on this team.
I think he has the most polished because he tries so hard with it.
Yeah,
and he's just the only thing for him is just being consistent with it because sometimes he has a little hitch and he misses.
Yeah, I do like Trent. Trent has a nice form for a lefty. I think
I think
better form than Miller.
DeMonte keeps it simple.
Yeah, he does.
And he hit a 3 in this game, so
yeah, he's very athletic.
And did we talk about how they started out incredible from the line somehow?
No, we haven't got there yet, but yeah, they did. They only missed 2 free throws. Io missed one, and then your boy Hamlin came in for some minutes late and missed one.
Yeah, he looks terrible. I mean,
Kofi was 4 for 4. I think Grandison was 4 for 4. Georgie shot 1, I think. So pretty solid. But Kofi, another dominant game by him inside, 22 points, 9 of 12 from the field. Only had 6 rebounds, but he only played 24 minutes, and he had 1 block, and the block came right before that run out that Io had. So when those two are working in conjunction, it's really nice. Illinois ended up outscoring Minnesota 48-20 in the paint, so absolutely dominated the paint. Of course, 18 of those were Kofi's. So, and a lot of guys dunked the ball, which is, abnormal for Illinois. I think they had 8 dunks or something crazy like that. Adam Miller had a really nice one.
Yeah, Coleman Hawkins had one.
Yep. Georgie had one.
Georgie
Io had
one.
one.
Io
And
had
then
one. Kofi had like 3.
Kofi had 4.
4.
So, Grandison, I know some guy, last game he was not happy. Grandison was still playing, starting, played really, really well this game. 12 points, 2 of 2 from 3. Grandison is now shooting 50% from 3 in Big Ten play.
He set the tone in this game.
Yeah, I agree. 4 assists, 3 rebounds, and a steal. So, the only guy that I really was just kind of meh to me was your boy Ace Wolf.
I also think that you kind of try to over exaggerate when he does poorly on purpose.
Wow, he was 2 of 7 from the field. He's a shooter.
How many of those were like in late game where
and one was a dunk that he made?
Yeah, I mean,
that was a 3.
What else do you want from him? He's just he's got to be more consistent shooting. I agree, but I mean, he's doing his job at this point.
He had 3 assists.
Yeah,
he had a couple steals, I think. So, he did fine.
When the expectations are so high coming in, people will find a way to over criticize him when he doesn't play.
True. When a 5-star doesn't play like a 5-star, I guess.
Well, I mean, he's a 4-star on some sites and a 5-star on other sites. It really depends on how you're going to.
4.5 star.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. I don't know. I mean, he's doing exactly what he's been doing pretty much all Big Ten play. So
yeah, yep.
He's not messing up too much.
He's not. I think he had a couple turnover, maybe 1 turnover. I don't know. Io still turned the ball over a bit too much. He had 3. Miller had 2. But overall, Illinois only had 10, which is pretty good. Curbelo only had 1. So I think that kind of goes a long way when Curbelo doesn't turn it over 3 or 4 times. And Curbelo was pretty good. 4 assists, 4 points, was 2 of 3 from the field. Had a really nice behind the back pass that I don't think that you would be very happy with if the game was close, but really nice to Kofi for a slam. Like I said, Georgie had another good game. Only played 12 minutes, but he's 4 of 7 from the field, 9 points, 3 rebounds. Illinois, I talked about that pass from Io and the run out. Illinois was 31-8 on fast break points against Minnesota. So pretty good. And then DeMonte, kind of the only guy I know that you mentioned a little bit earlier. He did make a 3, had 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Just doing DeMonte things, makes baskets when he needs to. Didn't pull down as many boards as he usually does, but plays good defense, but hasn't done enough this year.
I think they're talking about Miller.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I don't know. I just didn't expect him to be as good defensively as he has been. He's had to be that to get playing time, but
yeah. And I think that's why he stays in the lineup, just because after him, Curbelo, doesn't play as good defense. Maybe DeMonte could be in there, but I still think Miller is more stronger on the offensive end than DeMonte will be overall.
I think if I were to compare it to something, and they're not the same players at all, but if you look at EJ Liddell was fine last year. He wasn't as good as everyone thought he was going to be. Caleb Wesson leaves. Liddell becomes a much bigger player in the offense. Io leaves after this year. Miller will probably become a much bigger player next year.
And that's the thing. He doesn't need to be.
Exactly.
But he's still going 1 of 9 from 3. So
just get those shots up. Get the reps in.
Yep. And then my boy BBV had a bucket. Georgie was pretty excited for him. I was pretty excited for him. So
pretty lucky little runner. Threw it off of 1 foot. But, whatever.
But yeah, overall great game. Another good stat: 27 assists on 37 baskets. Pretty good. Other than that, defense, like we said, was really good. I saw that Illinois holding the last 11, held 11 of the last 12 opponents to less than 44% shooting. And since it lost to Ohio State, opponents are combined at 39.9% over the last 7 games.
The first stat was a bit of a cherry pick, 44%. I mean,
that's what you do.
How about 40%? then I'd be
Sure.
more impressed.
Well, the last 7, it has been 40%.
Good.
If you listen to the whole thing, you would have heard that. But
Well, I was listening to the first stat, which was a bit of a weird one.
yeah. And Illinois shot really well this game, 56% from the field. At one time, they were 13 of 17, and they had 3 offensive rebounds in the second half. So I did find it interesting. I saw this stat. Illinois has the best winning percentage in the league over the last 2 seasons at .714, and the most league wins at 25. So
they've been much better in Big Ten play than non-conference the last 2 seasons.
Yeah. Yep. And I know you're a big offensive efficiency guy. Illinois was 9th last year in the Big Ten in offensive efficiency, 310 nationally from 3. This year, top 10 nationally. I don't know what the Haslametrics are, so that might be KenPom, but
they're 12th in Haslametrics this year.
So they're top 12 nationally, and they're top 15 from 3, which I was kind of surprised to see.
I knew they'd be better from 3, but they've been so much better.
I mean,
last year they were terrible.
I mean, they shot 50% from 3 in this game. So
yeah, it helps when Granison gets a couple good open ones. Frazier knocks one down early. Did IOU even make a 3 in this game? I don't think he did.
I don't even think he took one.
Miller had the one. Who else?
Grandison
DeMonte had one.
Grandison went 2 for 2. Coleman Hawkins went 0 for 2 from the.
How about Curbella with that pull up mid range from behind the free throw line?
Yeah,
nice, very nice.
I think that's Curbelo's shot.
He's not good when he's wide open and set.
Yeah,
like Northwestern, he wasn't even close on those 2 threes.
Right. He's got to have a little movement going on. It seems like.
Yeah, I'd rather he not do that though. I think that was kind of like everyone's making everything, so this is probably going to go in.
Right. That's true. Only thing else I got, Underwood, Illinois, I think they have 5 games left.
3 this week and 2
next week.
So basically it's Michigan State, Nebraska, Wisconsin, Michigan, Ohio State. So it ramps up.
And then only one of those games is at home. And somebody asked Underwood about
Thursday.
And he said, bring them on. It doesn't matter who we play, who's next. This team is going to fight. I don't care. Let's go. So
it says this team is going to have to fight. That's not as encouraging as this team is going to fight.
Well, they're going to have to fight because they're going to be on the road. Okay.
Yeah. This team has a good mentality when they go on the road. They've actually played their best games this season on the road. I mean, this game and the Duke game, which Duke, by the way, they're back, folks. So don't be surprised when Duke gets into the field of 68. It's going to happen, and people are going to cry about it, but they're going to get in. I'm telling you. They keep winning.
They're starting to play.
They beat up Alan Griffin's team last night. If you want an Illini tie-in, they got manhandled. And
he kind of talked about the team's attitude shifting. The team seems a lot more happy, and that happens when you win, of course. But he said, this is corny. It smiles. This group is smiling a lot. So you smile when you win. It's good to see.
It's a little much. How about we just win the tournament?
I mean, he could have just said, we got a bunch of hard rocking dudes, but he went with smiles instead.
Well, you should have said the hard rocking dudes line. I would have liked that a little bit more.
True. So
all right. I'm trying to think. I got some interesting stats, I guess, with this. So tonight they play the Spartans, Michigan State, 6 o'clock. I guess we'll be doing a watch party for that through the internet at 5:45. We'll be live, so a little over 2 hours from now.
It'll be a little bit different.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think that people should overlook them. They're not good. They're not a normal Michigan State team, but they're
still Michigan State, and you're still going there. So
they're not completely out of it either.
Yeah,
they're 11-9 on the season, 5-9 in the Big Ten. They've lost all their games in the conference. They have talented players like these. Most of these guys are pretty high level recruits when they came out, so you got to take that into account. They're 3-2 in their last 5. They beat Indiana on Saturday. They lost to Iowa and Purdue. They beat Nebraska and Penn State. Those are their last 5 games. So,
they've been very streaky. They play teams well, or they get just smoked.
Well, if this streak continues, that would mean two wins, Nebraska, Penn State, 2 losses, Iowa, Purdue, 2 wins, Indiana, Illinois ? So watch out. Here's a fun stat. They're number 1 in the country in assists per field goals made, 66.7.
Really?
So that means that they pass into shots, I guess. 66% of their field goals are assisted.
That's good. That's a very good number.
Yeah, I'm not too concerned about it, but I just want to throw it out there. Aaron Henry is supposed to be their best player this year. He's supposed to take a big step forward. He hasn't been as good as most thought, but he had his best game of the season, I would say. 27 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. And Rocket Watts always seems to wake up when Illinois and Michigan State play. I know he hasn't been scoring a lot, but apparently he played well on Saturday, so you got to watch out for him as well.
Yeah.
Then
didn't he lose his starting spot for a little bit?
Their lineup last game was Langford, Henry, and then 3 guys that played less than 10 minutes. So I don't know if that's Izzo sending a message or what.
It must be.
Because he had 3 starters. One of them played like 3 minutes. The other one played like 8. The other one played like 9.
Gotcha.
So I don't know what the deal with that is. If you look at the Haslametrics, Illinois is 5th overall, Michigan State 74th. Offensive efficiency, Illinois 12, Michigan State 100. Defensive efficiency, Michigan State still plays defense. Illinois 7th, Michigan State 42nd. Strength of schedule, Illinois 10th, Michigan State 28th. Expected outcome 75.14 for Illinois, 66.74 for Michigan State. Expect about a 9-point win here.
Sounds right.
And the metrics
spread was 7.5.
I saw 6.5, but the metrics are close because KenPom says 77-68 Illinois, so they also say about 9 points. This is a stat that I wanted to use. So this is just, it says when Illinois has the ball, meaning Illinois is 8th in adjusted offense on KenPom, Michigan State's 50th in adjusted defense. Then when Michigan State has the ball, you have Illinois 9th in adjusted defense, Michigan State 88th in offense. So they're rated better offensively on KenPom, worse defensively on KenPom compared to Haslametrics.
Yeah.
I just want to throw this out there because I saw it on the thing when I was looking through Underwood's profile on there. Oklahoma State was number 1 in adjusted offense in the country in Underwood's 1 year there, 126. So, I mean, he's had pretty good offenses, but the problem with that team is that their defense was horrible.
Right.
So pretty much the opposite of what Underwood was, I guess. I mean, he always had pretty good offensive teams, but he was also at Stephen F. Austin, and he's a big defensive guy. So I don't know.
You have Kofi either.
That is true. They're 119. They're at 119.0 this year, which is 8th in the country. So I have a feeling that 119 in Underwood's year at Oklahoma State probably would have been close to number 1.
Yeah.
I'm going to check that just for fun. What year was he there? Was that 2016?
Yeah.
No, I think it was 2017.
2018, 2019 would have been his first year here. So,
yeah. So I think 2017, 2018 was his first year here.
Okay.
Yeah, they were number 1 in adjusted offense, 155 in adjusted defense. So yeah, actually Illinois at 119 would have actually been 14th that year. It was pretty close at the top, but it's up there this year. I mean, they were ahead of everybody by a lot, though. Like, it was Oklahoma State at 126, and then number 2 is UCLA at 124. So they were much better offensively than everybody else. So we'll see. I mean, anyone that thinks Underwood's going to leave Illinois for another job is an idiot. But that's if Bruce Weber wants to retire from K-State, and then delusional people think he's actually going to leave here for K-State, I mean, go ahead. I don't see it happening at all.
Yeah.
Like, who would leave a program that he's built up to be this great program again, a bigger program in general, to go to his alma mater who sucks? I mean, seriously, who would do that?
True.
How would if
Especially
Underwood
at his age,
if Underwood makes a big run in the tournament this year, if they get to like the Elite Eight of the Final Four, and then he leaves for K-State, how would that compare to Bill Self?
I think it hurt more, but I don't know.
Yeah, because, I mean, they already had a big-time team in place for Weber when he got here.
Right, exactly.
So Weber was coaching Bill Self's team, but whatever. So I don't know what their lineup's going to be because they did have 3 starters that played less than 10 games. I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if they're going to revert to what they had before. We'll find out. They went 6-0 in non-conference. They beat Eastern Michigan, Duke, Notre Dame, Detroit, Western Michigan, Oakland. I remember we watched some of that Detroit-Michigan State game, and Michigan State was on the ropes there. I thought they might lose that game or go to overtime at least, but
yeah.
They killed that Oakland team, I think, or they beat them by like 20, and Michigan went to overtime with Oakland. So non-conference is just it's a crapshoot. Nobody knows what's going to happen.
It doesn't matter that much.
So in the Big Ten, they've lost to Northwestern, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Purdue, Rutgers, Ohio State, Iowa, and then Iowa again, and then Purdue. There are 5 Big Ten wins: Nebraska, Rutgers, Nebraska again, Penn State, Indiana. So not a great list of wins.
Yeah.
Even
though Rutgers beat Illinois, but
I mean, none of those other teams are going to make the tournament. Indiana might, I guess, but prediction-wise, what do you got?
I got Illinois winning this thing pretty, I'm going to say handily. 81-68. This is an Iowa redemption game. If you remember last year, this was the game where we all thought Iowa was done, out, see you later. So I think he's going to have a big game, maybe another triple-double.
Yeah, last year Illinois wouldn't have been where they were and down in that game against Michigan State if Rocket Watts wasn't so great to start the game. That was the big factor there. Illinois got off to a horrendous start in that game. But I'll say 71-65. I don't think they're going to be able to score a ton of points in back-to-back games, so I kept them under 80 just to try to be safe with the score. Michigan State's pretty good defensively.
I'm just hoping that they score 80,
I'm hoping they do.
Because every time I predict they do, they don't. And then when I predict they don't, they do. So I think that they're actually going to do it this time.
Yeah, I doubt it. I hope.
Pretty good logic.
Yeah, I hope that they do to every other team they play what they did to Minnesota. So
I agree. Let's just end the season like that.
Yeah. We got another preview here. We got a game on Thursday, so we'll be doing the next episode of the podcast probably Friday or whatever, because they also play Saturday. So they got a lot of games here, 3 games in 5 days. So no joke. They got Wednesday and Friday off, and they got games in between that. That's good. I'm glad they're getting games in, but let's just hope it doesn't wear them down before the Big Ten tournament.
Maybe the Big Ten can step in and be like, don't need to.
We're not gonna do all that.
Okay.
We're not gonna try to go after the Big 12. I mean, it's a respectable league.
Oh, okay.
If it was the ACC or the SEC, which both suck this year, we could go after them. But
except for their number 1 team's not playing anybody ranked. But sure.
Who?
Anyways, go ahead.
Who are you talking about?
Baylor.
They play Kansas. That's almost a ranked team. Kansas is ranked.
They might cancel that by Saturday.
No, they'll play that game, I think. Illinois and Nebraska will play again Thursday at 6 o'clock on Big Ten Network. So I'm sure it'll be a Robbie Hummel game. Probably
Can't wait.
Better than Sean Morris, who is saying that Curbelo is the next GOAT, next Michael Jordan, basically is what he was saying. But, I don't know how this game's going to go. I mean, the first game was an overtime game. We didn't expect it to be that way.
Right.
77-72, Illinois won that game. Iowa had 31 points. Kofi had 21 and 13. Nebraska's length gave them fits. You'd think that they'd be ready to go this time against that type of team.
Yep. You hopefully, after seeing them for that long, you think that you'd have a better plan, but we'll see.
Yeah, you would. So haslametrically speaking in this game, not really close at all. Overall, Illinois 5th, Nebraska 121. Offensive efficiency, Illinois 12, Nebraska 226. Defensively, Illinois 7th, Nebraska 56th. Strength of schedule, Illinois 10th, Nebraska 4th. Expected outcome, Illinois 80.65 to 60.76, so 20 points. And then KenPom says 81-62 Illinois, so 19-point win. Illinois is 8th in adjusted offense on KenPom, 9th in adjusted defense. Nebraska 44th in adjusted defense and 223rd in adjusted offense. So another team that's much better defensively than they are offensively. They have all transfers in their lineup, so it's really hard to figure out the chemistry with that team. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I hope that Illinois knocks the socks off of them, but it's just scary after you get taken into overtime by a team that you had to come back basically to get into overtime.
I would honestly, if I were Illinois, I wouldn't even want to play this game.
Yeah, trap game.
I mean, what's the point? It would be a terrible loss if they lost.
See? But
like,
cancel it. Too many games.
If they could do that for Illinois with that excuse, I would do it.
Yeah.
But like if Baylor was going to do that because of that, they would have canceled tonight and then come back against West Virginia.
Yep.
But they probably need a tune-up game. That's why they're going to beat Iowa State by 70 tonight. All right. So Nebraska beat Penn State after their loss to Illinois, but they've dropped 3 straight since then. They lost by 14 to Maryland, then by 8 to Maryland, and by 17 to Purdue. All I have to say is just win.
Absolutely, just win.
All you got to do.
That's all that matters.
Prediction-wise, what do you got?
I got another 13-point victory by Illinois. That's what I'm going with. I think they're just going to win by 13 every time. Every time that I make a prediction, my dog starts barking.
Yeah. I have Illinois winning 70-58. Nebraska's offensively challenged, and it was 77-72 in overtime, so I'm not expecting a ton of points. 70-58 is where I would go with it. 12-point win. Not expecting them to win by 20 like the metrics may suggest, but yeah, I think they're good enough to hold Nebraska under 60 points, so I'll say that they do that. And then I just want to say Illinois is a projected 2 seed by like everyone, and they're like top of the line 2, could be a 1. So it's going to take a loss to Nebraska to drop them to 3. So they're in good shape as long as I don't really care what region they're in. I mean, anyone can do anything at this point, but I'd prefer to be with Gonzaga over being with Baylor if I had to pick one of the two.
Yeah, that's what I think. Baylor was the one that I saw that they would be in with by Fox, but I don't know.
Which would suck, but you got to
matter. You don't play them till the Elite 8 anyways.
If you get there, yeah. Around the Big Ten real quick before we get out. This has been a fast episode for a review and 2 previews.
It has been. Just wait till we do 2 reviews in one episode.
Yeah, it's gonna take
I don't know if that means my dog likes my picks or doesn't like my picks. I guess we'll find out.
I'm going to say doesn't like, so Illinois is in big trouble tonight.
Yeah, a few games, Michigan still the team to beat. They came back from their 4-month hiatus and beat Wisconsin, Rutgers, and Ohio State. Pretty impressive coming off 3 weeks or whatever it was. Maryland is starting to do things. Luckily, they got to play Nebraska twice. Not saying that much because, Illinois goes into overtime with them. But they're getting closer to a tournament bid. And then Minnesota is sliding. After getting beat by Illinois, they're 6-9, 6-10 in the Big Ten. And then Indiana and Rutgers are struggling a little bit too. So I don't know. We'll see how many teams the Big Ten can actually get into the tournament. I think a lot of people think 9. So I think it's going to be a battle for that 9th spot, though.
It's all going to come down to, I think if they get 9, it's going to be Maryland, Indiana, Minnesota. One of those 3 misses and the other one gets in, because then you have Michigan, Ohio State, Illinois, Iowa, Purdue. So that's 5. Wisconsin, that's 6. Then then who else am I missing? I'm thinking of someone. The other team. Give me a sec here. Okay, I'm at 6. I'm trying to think of teams that I forgot. Who did I forget?
I wasn't here.
Somebody. Okay. Michigan, Ohio State, Illinois, Iowa, Wisconsin, Purdue. So that's 6. Those are locks. 6 locks. And other teams.
You think Rutgers is a lock?
Rutgers is very close to being that way. I mean, they have been struggling, but I still think they should be good. That's 7. And then you have 2 of Indiana, Maryland, Minnesota. 2 of those 3 gets in. That's 9. Mm-hmm. So Yeah, it should be 9. I mean, worst case, I'd say it's 8. Best case is 9.
Right.
It's not going to be the 11 that Richard Pitino thought it would be, trying to get his team
when you think that you're going to finish 11th in the Big Ten, that's where you're going to be fighting for. But
yeah, and then you lose a couple guys and bring it up in every answer of a press conference after a loss.
I mean, I just feel Maryland's 8-9, Rutgers 8-9, Indiana 7-8, Minnesota 6-10. One of those teams just doesn't go with the other right now.
One of those tems
is on a
hasn't won
losing streak
on the road.
Right.
In a year where there's no fans.
Right.
It's embarrassing.
Exactly.
Is it a hoop thing?
I don't know.
It could be a net thing. I think longer nets are much better for shooters. Yeah.
Can't say I've ever heard that one, but
it's true.
You're a shooter, so you would know.
That's how I look at it. If it's a really short net, I can't shoot on that thing. It's got to be a longer net. Yeah, so I guess that's it. I mean, 40 minutes, pretty.
Yeah, but you're going to see more of us tonight, so.
Yeah, that'll be exciting, I'm sure.
We've really cut down our game talk, so, trying to keep it efficient for you guys.
Yes, we should definitely do that.
Uh-huh.
So the game starts at 6, and there's like nothing else on at 6 in terms of games that other people are going to watch, so they should probably stop by here. I mean, unless you want to watch West Virginia TCU, I mean, that's going to be a bloodbath. Georgia Tech, Virginia Tech, no. High Point, Campbell, no. LSU, Georgia, no. Florida, Auburn, no thanks. St. Louis, VCU starts at 5. That'll be a game to watch, but,
Hey, I just want to throw a shout out to Tiger Woods. I know it has nothing to do with this, but hope he gets better soon. Sad news in the golf world.
Yeah, and I just wanted to throw this out there before we go.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Illini related.
Okay.
That wasn't a shot at your last thing, though. I was just saying
That's
that.
fine.
I was just saying that it is Illini related. I don't know if people were listening at the beginning, but I just wanted to throw this out there. Like, if you're an Illini fan and you're complaining about publicity, stop. Any publicity is good publicity, especially when you sucked 5 years ago. Whoa. And now the national people are starting to recognize you, so you should just go with it. Who cares?
Enjoy it.
Oh, man, Ross, you get money from this. You think other fan bases give a shit about that? Seriously. I mean, you know how many fan bases are represented? Like St. Bonaventure? They don't care. They're just glad to get some exposure. And I know that Illinois is on a different level than St. Bonaventure, but they should also feel the same way. Like Rutgers has gotten it with Steve Peichel. That's boom. I'm sure they're fine with that. They enjoy that. They're not like, we got to make sure that we're buying shirts from Illini fans. Or, and hear me out on this one, you can buy a shirt from whoever the hell you want to.
That's right. You can buy it from House of Pain if you want.
Or not. I mean, that's
TBT.
I'm not a fan of these people that, pretend to be big Illini supporters and then they're not, which is exactly what TBT is. What a joke.
Oh,
all these people that went to Illinois acting like they're the hot stuff. Yeah, you'd be playing in the NBA if you were any good.
Wow. Okay. Well, we're just hating on everybody today.
That was just that was a joke. I mean, come on, calm down, people. Andres Feliz is the exception. He's a stud. He should be in the NBA, but he's too short, I guess. Say that to Muggsy Bogues. Okay. Andres Feliz is a great Illini player. I don't think people understand how good he was. And they miss him this year more than anybody. Certainly more than Alan Griffin. And another one there. I mean, the dogs just won't stop at this point, folks. It's
I don't know what is going on. It's because of the sun shining,
I'm trying to think of anyone else
that are outside. I'm
trying to think of anyone else I could take a quick shot at here before we go. How about a shout out to Tevion Jones? He's having a good year for Southern Utah.
Yeah.
And I give him a shout out, but not Alan Griffin, because Griffin left because, he's a baby.
Exactly.
He got to play a lot last year. Yeah. Tevion didn't. Tevion had a reason to leave.
I agree.
Griffin wanted to go play for Syracuse, who sucks, by the way, and not be in the tournament.
Can you imagine leaving and not getting to the tournament and leaving a top 5 team?
Oh, my God. What a stupid move. Hope the playing time was worth it because you're never going to play in the NBA, dude. Jeez.
Sad.
And we were somewhat Griffin supporters. I mean, he did do some stupid things like getting ejected against Purdue, but
Yeah.
what can you do?
And I guess we should mention that your boy Enoch is doing a Zoom meeting on Friday with the Illini coaching staff. And word is that Illinois may have a good shot.
Yes, seen a lot of
whoever says that.
A lot of people on that Illinois is hot on this one.
Yeah, a lot of Illinois people saying that. So I don't,
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah, he'll probably end up going to like UCLA.
Yeah,
or Creighton.
Mm-hmm.
One of those two.
I mean, I guess I don't care if Illinois gets him if he doesn't reclass. So
I'm thinking that Chet Holmgren should come to Illinois, the number one guy for 2022. I know that he's down to Michigan, Minnesota, Gonzaga, and somebody else. But, I mean, I would go with him if he reverses course on them and goes to Illinois for no reason. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
He's only 7 feet tall, 190 pounds. He can play in the Big Ten. He's going to go to Gonzaga probably. And then I guess my final shot of the night will be towards who should I take this one at? Io DeSumo getting the final shot. Just kidding. Yeah, guess that's all we got. You got anything else you want to bring up?
I got nothing, man. I think that we've
done an efficient job.
Yeah, efficient enough. The guys are already at shoot around 5 hours ago. That's good to see. Looks like they're all dribbling 2 balls at once because that's very important in basketball. So,
yeah,
Monte's got two balls in his hands. Granderson's shooting the 3. Kofi's throwing it down, and Io's double balling it too. So,
are you trying to get me to laugh or something?
Nope. Just if you guys want to laugh, go watch the YouTube video from March Madness Countdown. What was it? The 43 and 11 second mark?
41, 55 or something.
Okay. Go check that out.
It was a good moment. How about Mark Smith? Just give him a quick pump before we go. I mean, he sucks. How about, did you remember when I don't know if that was at the Arkansas game where he got a wide open 3 in the corner and airballed it by like 5 feet to the left? How do you do that? Oh my God.
Poor guy.
What do they see in him? He sucks. What's he shooting from 3? I'd love to find that out.
I don't know.
I got to find a video of that 3 so we can watch it.
You guys got any questions? Any questions out there?
He's a senior.
Land?
He's shooting 32% from 3.
Not bad.
He shot 28%, or he shot 23% at Illinois.
23?
Yeah.
It's your boy shooting. It's the Wolf shooting.
Better than 23.
34.2.
Yeah, better than 23.
Yep.
What a bum that guy was, Mark Smith.
It's a good thing he left, right?
I forgot that he played or started 19 games that year.
Yeah, we loved him when he came. Why do people keep calling me?
I gotta find this video, man. This was such a good air ball.
Oh man, the Army's calling my daughter. Let's sign her up.
I gotta find this on Twitter, folks. I don't care if this is unprofessional. I don't care if people are like, "Why don't you say something?" Yeah, shut up. I don't think I'm ever going to find it, but what a moment.
What a moment.
I see a tweet from December 3rd, 2017. Illinois playing against Maryland. It says, The first half ends with a Mark Smith air ball from 3, 45-26 Terps. That pretty much sums up that season of Illini basketball. Losing by 20 at the half, and Mark Smith with an air ball to end it.
Sounds about right. Mark Smith heat check air ball. February 8th, 2018.
That was pretty sweet, probably.
Half ends with Mark Smith air ball from 3, December 3rd, 2017.
What a loser. All right, we'll be back into this week with another episode. But tonight, 5:45, watch party, Illinois, Michigan State from East Lansing. And we'll be at the game, obviously. So we'll see you there.
Yeah, we'll be by your cardboard cutouts. Go Illini.